Hey there, Kelly here. We're back. We're at URI with Stephen Pennell, who has curated a really great children's book illustrator exhibition.
Hi, and welcome to URI Providence Campus Gallery. And I'm really excited. It's been 12 years since I did a children's book illustrator exhibit. The last time, of course, long before COVID, we had books being signed and people could buy them, and we had readings, and we had books on and pillows on the floor, but that's all right. So we have 18 children's book illustrators. Most of all of them are from the area. They're all published. And so we're going to go through and look at some of the different styles of art, some of the different media that are used in the different books, and of course the different subjects as well, because children's books cover a whole gamut. So the first one we'll start with is Jason LeClaire. He teaches at Beacon Charter School for the Arts. He teaches art, he teaches theater, he teaches stage combat. This particular piece is mixed media collage. And then this one right here is also his three-dimensional mixed media piece. And there's another piece that goes with it and several more of his as we move along. The next one is also, it's ceramic, and also some of the ceramic pieces are painted there by Kristen Kest. So this is a chicken pot, so the little chicken beaks and chicken feet. And then we have this monster pot, which kind of looks like it's from Where the Wild Things Are, I think. Although its name is Aubrey. Don't know why, don't know why. As we move along, we have some more of Jason LeClaire's work right here. And it covers a variety of subjects. So this is kind of a little bit of sci-fi. Jason also teaches steampunk art at RISD in his spare time. And then we have these sort of...
I did. So I've just kind of based my illustrations off of my own imagining of what the characters look like based on like their descriptions in the books, except for, of course, we know Ian McKellen, the wizard, because I don't really think anyone could embody a wizard better than him. And some of these pieces are actually gilded, like you can't probably see, but like the ring in the cover is gilded. So
very cool.
It's my favorite book.
To have your work here. This is some more of Kristen Kest's work in ceramics. So we have toilet paper gargoyles, and we have the big bad wolf, and we have the cow jumped over the moon, and Bremen Town musicians, and some kind of scary rabbits. I don't know whether they're from Alice in Wonderland, but they're a little eerie.
These are lovely,
aren't they? I just really love this whole section. That's kind of the dark side. Of course, there are all of the Grimm's fairy tales and what have you are pretty dark. These two pieces are by Catherine Housley, and there's a lot of cats going on, little Christmas cat thing, and these are in gouache. And the cat's looking down on the people in the town. And then over here, Rebecca Walsh. So we have these little creatures on this eagle. Delightful eagle in flight. And there are three more pieces by Rebecca. Rebecca works in a variety of media. These are watercolor and acrylic. Everything from a turtle, and it's a book called How People Grew Tall. And then the next group is this book is about a carnival in Spain, and this is by Madeline Maxey, and she's known for huge, very colorful paintings and paintings in mixed media and collage. These are collage paintings as well. And it tells this wonderful story about this carnival that she happened on when she was traveling in Spain. And it's a little edgy. Children's books can be edgy. Over here we have Cheryl Kirk Knowles, and these are from in watercolor and mixed media. And they're from a number of different books that cover different cultures and a lot of mythology and folk tales, as well as a piece over here that's from a book that had to do with the black regiment in the American Revolutionary War. They were a black regiment from Newport, Rhode Island. She actually has taught at RISD in the Book Illustrator program. And these two are also hers. And as we'll move along and then we'll come back. This whole series is by Sally Mavor, and she lives on the Cape, and they are in fabric. They're very three-dimensional. There's a lot of different kinds of stitching, a lot of different media involved in these delightful, very complex pieces that she creates for the books that she illustrates. I really love them. They're so fun. Very magical.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this.
No, it's amazing. And actually, if you think about it, so you think, oh, well, it's a book, so it has to be two-dimensional. But if it's a painting, it has to be photographed. Mm-hmm. If it's so these can be photographed as well. And we'll get to some other media. The work over here is by Ralph Masiello, and his work is in oil paint and also oil and acrylic, a variety of topics that he covers in his work. He graduated from RISD and has been illustrating books for his career. And the next is Terry Cole. She lives in Warwick. There are a number of these which are in acrylic and ink, and a number of the stories are localized. So there's this book, The Cape Cod Ant, and she also made a coloring and activity book to go with it. I really love looking at the concept of from drawing to the painting to the finished product. So there are a couple of examples of books along the way, and a few that are process oriented. And these that you're looking at right now, we have lighthouses and sea creatures. Again, Cape related stories from those. Another book, and she came through with her 2-year-old and 4-year-old grandchildren to see Nana's work on the walls, which was really fun. This, Susan Norvich, is an artist that works in cut paper and acrylic, and so the detail is really quite amazing to me. In each of these pieces, this is cut paper. All of this is cut paper and paint, acrylic paint. So it really very fine detail. And this one, of course, you see the process. You see the drawing, and then the painting, and then this has been cut. This has not been cut. so you get a sense of the process in the piece, which is really quite fun. And these are actual, you see the double pages from the book, so that the whole sense of how it ends up, how it lands in the book, which is kind of fun. The next one right here is by Mary Jane Begin, and she teaches at RISD. She graduated from RISD, and she teaches in the book illustrator program. She works all over the world, and works with theater. She's actually worked with Bignazzo and done. She's been working on a puppet, opera, theater, a whole range of really innovative programming and exploration of bringing the arts together. So this is one of her pieces in oil.
That's amazing.
There are 3 more.
Oh, I love this one.
Yes. So this is by Nancy Cody, and yes, it's a huge painting. We have this dragon that kind of looks like he has like crab claws, and he's grabbing onto this cat, and these birds are really ticked off over here. They're given what for, and the lighthouse doesn't seem too pleased either. So this is quite impressive. And then of course the dragon looks like he has kind of like a whale tail or something, or a shark tail. So it's a very imagination-filled piece. The next one to that is another one of Mary Jane Begins, which is a pair with the other characters from the same story series. And then this one over here, I really love it's called Color My World, and so we have the artist is part of this painting the picture. So we see the picture drawn, and then we see the picture painted, and it's kind of coming out of the brush, and what would be like arrows in the quiver are actually paintbrushes, as this artist is flying on a bluebird, painting the world of books. The next, got to come back to the microphone. The next piece is also by Mary Jane Begin, and this is graphite. It looks very very realistic styled. We have the cow and the little girl. A wonderful farm story. And then the next, as we go up the stairs, is Carol Way Wood. And Carol teaches, and her work is all watercolor, and very detailed, very heavily with animal life and flowers, very playful. One of the artists who has been studying noticed that Carol doesn't worry about the perspective. So all of these animals are the same size, even though the actual animals, an elephant is way bigger than a rabbit. And it really delighted that artist that it gave her permission to think about perspective differently. You don't have to stay with real life. You can go beyond and create your own perspective. There's some more of Carol's work right up here. Some more creatures, animals. I love this Volkswagen rabbit. The rabbit's got its paw on this little Volkswagen. The Volkswagen is going to be in serious trouble if the rabbit really presses down. And the swan. And a skunk. And the next artist is Gail Page, and she's from Maine, and she's created a series of books with this dog, Bobo, and Bobo gets into all kinds of mischief. So Bobo, this is from Bobo and the New Neighbor. So Bobo meets a new neighbor, and of course is too enthusiastic, big dog, too enthusiastic, creates all kinds of havoc when the intention is to create joy and celebration. So there are four paintings from Bobo and the New Neighbor. Her first in the Bobo series was How to Be a Good Dog. And it was all based on her own dog, who was this huge sheepdog that was just a delight. So here we have Bobo and the New Neighbor, and the picture at the beginning of the book with the new neighbor is moving in, and Bobo is all kinds of excited, and you know that there's going to be craziness that happens after that. The next series is by Walter Silva, and this is a whole animal series, and it's mixed media, and he also has worked with the computer, he's worked with glitter, he's worked with a whole range of media. And over here, some more of Walter's wonderful characters. So Michelle's first day of school, the power of kindness, and then Ahoy, and then this really lovely father and with a baby. You always see the mother and child. Well, this is the father and child. We have some fun. We had some space to cover, and so Rob Russo drew these fast drawings for Mother Goose and a little Alice in Wonderland just for fun. And then around the corner, we have these two mixed media watercolor pieces by Yuko Okabe. This one, which is really quite delightful. So this person seems to be in a whole apartment building, and this whole community is moving together. And then this one over here is also by the same artist. This is called Grandma's Memories, and there seems to be this huge number of photographs and Grandma's hands moving the memories around. And if we go in here, there's yet a little bit more. So there's a series of pieces from a variety of books by Tammy Lyon. And there are two of Pedro Goes to Mars, which looks like it's a lot of fun on Mars. Here, of course, there's Pedro asleep, and he's on Mars with the cows and the laundry, and the cow jumping over the moon. A lot of fun. And this one about flying. This child is imagining flying. It looks like a fan, a ceiling fan, and a broom, and cast-off box. And then Splash. Looks like this girl doesn't look like she's having a good time, and the rest of them are going on a really wonderful, imaginative jungle adventure. But sometimes we're not in a good mood, so we're not ready for the adventure, right? I will point out that this hippo is mine. I drew this. There's a little Hansel and Gretel thing going on, and I used to draw hippos for the fun of it, and so I just threw that up there. And then Rob did his Hansel and Gretel over here, just to fill in a little space. So we have a few pretzels, and poor Hansel and Gretel and that nasty witch, and it looks like the oven is hot. And these are the last. There are 5 more pieces by Tammy Lyon. which are really quite delightful. So this exhibit is up through the 30th of September, and on Thursdays and Fridays at 3:30, 4 and 4:30 at Westminster Street, 255 Westminster Street, I will take tours of people through the gallery. So there are yet 3 more days, tomorrow and next week on Thursday and Friday. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much, Stephen. I'm pretty sure I'm sending you back to Alyssa. I've sent you back to people who were me, Victoria, whatever. Good night, everybody.